Hey everyone, Reggie, Stickman #1 here, coming to you, the basement down in South Atlanta of my man, Sedrick Dunson,
and that would be
Phat Ash Collection.
That would be me.
Hey brother, welcome.
Man, I appreciate it.
Thank you for hosting me down here.
Man, I appreciate you for coming over to the Phat Ash Lounge. I appreciate it.
We've been trying to get this together for way too long.
Of course.
But we finally did it.
Of course.
Yeah, we first met when we hooked up at the Can We Talk. Well, we started chopping it up a little bit before then. Mm-hmm. How did Can We Talk work out for you?
Can We Talk was very successful. That was really our first and also last event because of COVID. Mm-hmm. But Can We Talk, it was very successful. It was with my man, Kelvin Robinson, also known as DJ Kels.
DJ Kels. What's up, DJ Kels?
So yeah, and he and I, we always do a lot of things together. But
I see y'all on Instagram doing your things, especially during COVID when there was a lot of virtual Zoom you'd have the virtual Zoom DJ sessions. I saw you guys doing your thing.
That's correct. We did
collabing.
We always collab. We did our Friday night, Flashback Fridays, with the live DJ and things like that. And then also we hosted the Alabama-Georgia game. And of course, Kels is a Georgia fan and I'm an Alabama fan.
Shit. That's a built-in rivalry right there.
So of course it didn't work out too well on his end. But
did he get over it? Was he okay?
I still think he's somewhere crying about it right now, but still. But that was very good too. Mm-hmm. I mean, we packed the house at Leaf Life Lounge and we always look to do things together. But Can We Talk is a very special series that we have. Mm-hmm. And we're really looking forward to this COVID thing to be over so we can start it back again.
That's right. And hopefully I'll be there.
Yeah, and of course you will. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But Can We Talk is a forum that we kind of put together where the women come in and they write down questions, drop them in a bowl. And as the night goes on, we randomly draw questions out of the bowl. And then we go around and get the men to answer them.
And for those who hadn't seen it, check it out. It's actually out there on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Some of the comments and the questions and the follow-up and the reactions were classic.
We're all classic.
You hit on something, man. I'm telling you hit on something.
Yeah, so the next thing that we were going to do it in reverse.
Okay.
We were going to have the men ask the questions, then the ladies were going to answer.
Okay.
So that's what we were going to do on the next one. But, COVID came. We had to kind of shut it down.
All it down a little bit.
But I'm looking forward to getting that started again.
Yeah,
I mean,
me too.
The feedback was very good.
Me too. And now, unfortunately, COVID's ticking back up a little bit. That's okay. We're going to keep our fingers crossed.
Indeed.
And hopefully everybody will be smart and we'll get this thing back under control. So I'm going to back it up a second. The Phat Ash Collection, man, is a movement. And a little bird just told me that you actually just surpassed 11,000 followers.
Yeah.
On Facebook?
On Facebook.
I'm just going to shut up for a second. I want you to tell everybody that's watching, what is the Phat Ash Collection and what is this movement is all about?
Well, kind of how I started Phat Ash. I'll tell you how I started Phat Ash first.
Give me the history lesson, man.
So several years ago, I was at Hot Ashes 2, which was at the time was on Turner Hill, and was sitting around with the owner, Rob Smith, there, and he was in the process of doing a name change. So we were sitting there, and I said, well, why don't you change the name to Phat Ash and let your motto be, we get more butt than cigars. I mean, we get more butt than ashtrays, right?
I love it.
And he was like, no, I can't do that. I said, okay. So fast forward, my wife, Danielle, is a consultant. She's an IT consultant, and she leaves on Sunday and she comes back on Thursday.
Wow. I know that life very well myself. Yes.
So she's done that for 7 years now. And we made a decision that once my youngest graduated from high school, that I would go on the road with her. And so in going on the road, the challenge there is that what was I going to do about generating income? Because, of course, can't have my wife, just supporting me. You know how that is.
And then, I'm a man.
Exactly. And then on top of that, she's going to be sitting there looking at me like, what you going to do, sir? So.
But you said come with me on the road. I don't want to get you. No, go ahead.
Yeah, it kind of works like that. So in my mind, I was thinking about what am I going to do?
Okay.
And so it was November, and we were scheduled to move to New Jersey in January. And I said, well, why don't I do something in the cigar community? Because that's really that's one of the things that I love to do is the cigar community, the cigar lifestyle. And so I said, well, I could maybe do something with Phat Ash, right? So I sat down at the time, it was the Lovers team. I sat down with the Lovers team and told them my concept. They thought it was a good idea and they would work with me, and they helped me to sit down, and we designed a logo. So from November to January, we designed a logo. Okay. And I did a soft launch in January just to see people's reaction to the logo and what they thought. So that happened around, I think, January 17th. It was received very well. So I said, hey, I'm going to do this. So I started January 17th, 2019. Okay. And since that time, started just wearing the paraphernalia, having people buy the paraphernalia and things like that. So then I said, well, it's time to do something a little different. So I called my friend Amanda Boone, who's in DC. I said, what do you think about us starting a Facebook cigar group? And she was like, oh, no, maybe that is a good idea, right? But I said, but what can we do to make our group a little different?
Because there are other groups that preceded yours.
There are a ton of other groups.
But I can tell you right now, you've kind of done this. Skyrocketed right faster.
And I mean, it's been very interesting. So, as I thought about it, one of the biggest things I wanted was a group to kind of emulate my personality. Okay. And my personality is that I'm very outgoing, very interactive, loving, caring, just have a lot of friends, have a lot of people around and things, and everybody's kind of like family to me. So I wanted to create the same type atmosphere in a Facebook group.
Nice.
And so she said, well, why don't we focus on cigars and cigar pairings? And then maybe that will be something that can be a little different. I said, well, that sounds good too. So from there, we started the group March 17, 2019. That's when we started the group. And it has just really, really taken off. And I think that...
And the group made it, right? I mean, you probably seeded the group with conversation, but it kind of took a life on its own.
It did. It did. It's kind of it took a life on its own. And I think that one of the biggest things that makes it work is just like a big family. We talk to each other on the page. We have jokes with each other on the page, and we interact with each other on the page. Is certain things that are really important to me, like acknowledging folks' birthday, and everybody wishing people a happy birthday on the page. And so it's just things that create the family atmosphere, which is really what I wanted, and that's what it's done. And so we did that, and then we started a Phat Ash contest, because how can you be Phat Ash without having a Phat Ash contest, right?
I saw you gotta have a Phat Ash.
And you see, we have some great participants, some great entries all the time.
A day does not go by on social media where I do not see someone repping Phat Ash.
And
literally.
And it's very surprising. I mean, it is kind of shocking sometimes, when I sit there and I hit my news feed. I'm like, Dad, they got on a Phat Ash shirt. Dad, they got a Phat Ash tumbler. Dad, they got a coffee mug. I mean, so it is kind of good to kind of see that. I mean,
it's a thing now.
Right.
It was a concept before. Now it's real. It's a thing.
Yeah. Right. It really is. It really is. And that's the reason why, I'm constantly looking for things and ideas to keep it fresh, to keep it new, to stay relevant. Always trying to add different products and have different ideas and things going on in the group, just so people can stay engaged and things like that.
Now, did you start with the T-shirt? Was kind of
the T-shirt was the
first product. That's kind of the basics, right? You start with the T-shirt, but now,
well, it was a T-shirt.
I'm shocked at all the different things I see.
Yeah, it was a T-shirt and the sweatshirt, because at the time it was March, so it was cold. Yep. So I started with the T-shirt, the long sleeve shirt, and the sweatshirt. But now from there, we got phone cases, we got tumblers, coffee mugs, ashtrays, denim jackets.
I like this ashtray, by the way. I'm about to get a close up on that for everybody.
That ashtray is
That'll look good on my deck right now. Yeah. I don't have a smoking room like some people, but I do have a nice deck that I smoke out on quite regularly.
I have a deck too. I mean, but but I always kind of find myself gravitating to the lounge,
Yeah.
But yeah, I got phone cases, aprons, for people that cook, sweatshirts, hoodies, T-shirts. I mean, you name it. We just try to have a real big product line.
So clearly, you are not just Sedrick, the Phat Ash guy, the cigar lifestyle guy. Everything I'm hearing tells me businessman, very smart businessman.
I appreciate that.
Tell me a little bit about your background. Cause obviously you didn't just wake up one day and said, I can do this Phat Ash Collection. Something brought you to this point, right?
True. Well, I graduated from North Carolina State with a business management degree with a concentration in marketing.
Okay.
So that's my educational background. And then from there, I have over 25 years of sales experience.
Okay.
So what I've kind of done is taken my sales and marketing education and experience and integrated it into a business for myself. Mm-hmm. It was several years ago, when I'm selling copiers at the time, and I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if I can use these skills to kind of work for myself,
Okay.
I mean, the getting up, the grinding, just
if you can work hard for someone else, you should be able to work pretty damn hard for yourself.
You're
right?
exactly right. Yeah. But then not only that, but doing it for yourself, it's a little bit more fulfilling. Mm-hmm. You don't mind the long hours. You don't mind the inboxes at night, mm-hmm. first thing in the morning, the email. You don't mind it as much when you're doing it for yourself. Mm-hmm. So what I did, I just took a lot of those same skills that I had at the time, mm-hmm. and I just kind of migrated them into a business for myself. Yeah.
And this business is built on relationships.
It's
perfect.
It's
a perfect thing. Now, when you think about the cigar lifestyle, it seems like you got a pretty equal number of men and women participating. I try to look and see where that demographic is coming from, but it seems to just be both.
Yeah, it is. But believe it or not, the group is comprised of about 70% men and 30% women.
Okay. All right.
And you never would notice that by the page. And one of the things that, in the group is that we wanted to make women, feel more of a part of the cigar lifestyle. Mm-hmm. Because we have so many women now that are getting into the cigar lifestyle. So this is a great platform for them to learn, but also it's a great platform for men to be more appreciative of the women that's in the lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And there are a lot of women that post. There are a lot of women that smoke very well.
I see it. Matter of fact, it seems like it was a pretty good chunk of your monthly Phat Ash contest winners were women.
That's correct. and I'm beginning to see that women do probably better at the Phat Ash, holding the Phat Ash as men do. I mean, because there were just as many women who are contest winners as men. Mm-hmm. And that's great to see as well. So it's good to see that they're more accepted until probably one time it was probably a big boys club as far as mm-hmm. cigars and cigar smoking, the cigar lifestyle. And so that's one of the things that we really wanted to kind of point out and kind of focus on. We want everybody to feel welcome. Yeah. So that's why it's a very diverse group. We have people from all over the world in the group, Spain, Canada.
So we're not even speaking the same languages necessarily.
That's correct.
We know Phat Ash.
That's correct. That's correct.
That logo is the bond that's bringing everybody together.
That's correct.
It's the stick that's bringing
correct.
Everybody together.
I mean, it's all about the stick. And that's the reason why when you come to the group, mm-hmm. you're only going to see posts about cigar lifestyle, because that's really what the group is all about. Mm-hmm. And we spend a lot of time, our admins, we spend a lot of time deleting inappropriate content.
That's important.
We spend a lot of time deleting posts that don't involve a cigar or mm-hmm. cigar lifestyle related, because we do want to keep the group focused on the cigar.
Okay. All right. That's important.
Mm-hmm.
That's important.
It is.
Yeah. So I'm going to shift gears for a moment and talk about your journey into the cigar lifestyle. Now, we sitting here puffing and sipping, and we're doing what I would call an interview, but this is not hard work. This is just Reggie and Sedrick talking for a second. But when did you start smoking cigars? Like, when did this whole lifestyle thing begin? I know when it began for me, but when did it kick off for you?
It was probably about 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. My brother and I, we were out playing pool one night, and he pulls out 2 cigars, and he was like, "Come on, man, why don't you smoke a cigar with me?" I said, "Man, I can't even breathe around smoke. Let's smoke a cigar."
Yeah. I've never smoked a cigarette.
No, I haven't either. Well, no. I did back in high school. I tried it.
It
didn't
like
work.
I never even tried it.
Yeah. Tried it, didn't work. And I said, man, I can't even breathe around smoke, man. So I'm not trying to say. He said, this is the thing, man. You got to get into smoking cigars. So I said, okay, let me just give it a try. Smoked, loved it. So every week, you know, I was getting a cigar. It was every week. You know, I was going to have me a cigar and then.
And learning about it.
Yeah.
I spent the first few years, I didn't know what I was doing, I'll be honest. I was just smoking because I thought it was cool. And I enjoyed it. And I enjoyed the conversations we would have. But I didn't know what I was doing now. I since learned a little bit. But how did you, when you first started, did you feel like you were pretty knowledgeable right away?
No, I didn't. I mean, I was just smoking just to be smoking. It was just something I enjoyed to do.
It was an environment, right?
It was very relaxing. So, I mean, I really did enjoy it. And then I started going to the Leaf Lounge, which was over off Monroe. Started going there a lot, and I actually got a membership there at the time. So I started smoking a little more, started being more into the lifestyle in the community. And then I started going to cigar events, and then it just started to snowball from there. And then next thing you know, I'm traveling around town, going to different places to smoke and things like that. But it
kind of gets under your skin, man.
It does.
You get into it.
It does. It does. And then fast forward around 2 years later, that's right around the time I started going to Hot Ashes. And then I sat around with the guys, sat around with Rob and Cliff and really began to try to learn more about cigars and about my palate and about the different flavor profiles and different things I like and didn't like. And so then my learning started to grow and develop. And then from there, you know, I was really, really just in tune with, now I want to know more about the cigars. Now I want to know more about what to drink with. Now I want to know more about when to smoke, how to smoke, and things like that. What tools I should use. Should I punch it? Should I cut it? You know, should I do V-cut? Should I do a straight cut? You know,
once you start talking like that, man, it's all over. For those who are not part of the cigar lifestyle and don't wonder what we're doing, once you start talking like that, V-cuts and should I punch it? Should I it's all over. And then we got you. We got you. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. I'm Reggie, StickMen #1, sitting here kicking in with Sid from Phat Ash Collection.
Indeed. Phat Ash.
Puff, sip, chat, repeat. We'll be right back. Hey, I'm sitting here chopping it up with my man, Sedrick Dunson from Phat Ash Collection.
In the building.
And we kicking it from his basement, believe it or not. Everybody, right now, I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. I have some serious basement envy going on right now. And I'm looking around. I'm like, shit. You got a nice basement, brother. And we can smoke in the basement.
Exactly.
I would get put out of my house if I even thought about smoking in my basement. So the fact that you got it set up and there's no smoke that leaves this room, well, it leaves the room with your system, but it doesn't go anywhere else in the house, is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is, man.
You can give a lesson on that.
Well, I mean, you know, I gotta give big ups to my wife, Danielle. I mean, she wanted to make sure that, first of all, that she found a home that she loved, you know, what she did, but then more importantly, a place where I was comfortable. And, you know, so she got my lounge set up, got my office set up, and then even just with the brand itself. I mean, she's really supported me over these past almost 2 years now. And she's been one of my major supporters. And she's, you know, when I'm down and things not going well, you know, she's right there to give me that little push and be
that's
like,
awesome. That's awesome.
So I mean, she's been just very supportive. I mean, from a financial standpoint, from an encouraging standpoint, emotional. So I got to give big ups to her. But yeah,
we never have any success in life alone. I tell people that.
No, not
whether it's a spouse, parents, whoever. We never. Nobody's. You get people that have an ego that say, "Oh, this is just all me. I'm the shit." They're lying their ass off, in my opinion.
No. That's why I just got to always give her big ups on that, because, you know, if it wasn't for her, there wouldn't be any Phat Ash. I mean, it really wouldn't, because I wouldn't have the opportunity to spend the time that I do, you know, and I know we had talked about it when we had talked about it before. One of the hardest things about being a businessman is that, or having your own business, is not getting a divorce.
I mean, it's difficult because, business, just even at the corporate life, once you make it to the executive level, it requires so much attention and focus. It really dominates your life.
It does.
And it will impact your relationship.
It really does.
Your relationship has to be rock solid to make it through that.
It really does. I mean, because, man, I'm up most nights to 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, website maintenance, birthday shout outs.
Now, do you do all your own website maintenance?
I do all my own website maintenance.
Wow.
Well, let me say this. I do a lot of my product maintenance, but I do have some stuff behind the scenes that I have a guy named Trey does that for me. Okay. He does that for me. He kind of makes sure my website's updated. Okay. Oh yeah. I mean, I have a lot of helps behind the scenes. Okay. I mean, my different designs and things that I do. I have a guy named Tracy Suggs from my hometown that he does that for me.
Nice.
So, I mean, I have a lot of people behind the scenes that people don't see or people don't know that really do help me.
But they all come together to make Phat Ash happen.
That's correct. That's correct. I mean, I have, with my Phat Ash newsletter, that you've seen.
Yeah.
I mean,
cool newsletter.
Johnny Clarkson from Leaf Life. He and I, we got together to do that and he.
Employed by nobody.
Employed by nobody.
Johnny. I got you, Johnny.
That's my man, Johnny. So, we got together and did that. And I mean, that has been extremely successful as well. But, and even behind the scenes in the group, I mean, I have Amanda Boone. I have, Clee Rayford, I have Justin Burden, my brother from Canada. I have G. Crowder, Antonio Luster. I have Sue Moore. I have Miss Toya.
These are like all the senior people in the Phat Ash family, right?
These are all my admins.
Okay.
Because with the group being so large, I mean, I always want to make sure that we're on top of everything. So I want to make sure that I have enough people so that we can cover the whole gamut. Okay. And so it's not a burden on anyone because, I mean, I could do it all the time myself, but I still want to be able to give it the attention and things that it needs. So
how do y'all do? Y'all like work shifts or something? How does that all work out? Or does everybody just pay attention to it?
Well, it's just that, when people have an opportunity to be in the group, that's what they do. And I mean, and everybody just spends a little time here and there. And then there's some times when, for example, I'm also a basketball official. So it might be times I'm out of pocket for 5-6 hours and I can't be in the group. But then there are other people that can be in the group at that particular time. So we do. We have, I mean, right now, I think I'm up to about 15 admins.
Okay.
And so the group would not be successful at all without them. I mean, it wouldn't be at all. I mean,
well, you're only one person. You're Superman, but you need some super friends.
Exactly. You're exactly right. You're exactly right.
Make it happen.
You got to have super friends. And I mean, in my admin team, they are super. Okay. And so, I mean, I have to give a lot of praise and a lot of thank you to them because the group won't be what it is without them.
Oh man. Yeah. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. So you're right when you say the hardest part of being in business is just the time it takes. A lot of people, I told people all the time, they think, I want to start my own business. And the first question I ask, are you sure? Do you actually know what you're saying, what that means? Because a lot of people, I hate to say it, I encourage you to start a business, but actually know what you're getting yourself into and have your eyes wide open because it actually can be more difficult and more challenging than having a job.
That's correct. It is.
It's far more. A lot of people think it's going to be easier when in fact it's actually the opposite.
It is. It is. It is. And I found the same thing. And just like I said, me and the wife, we're sitting at dinner and I got my phone out. I'm responding to messages and, we can't watch a movie without me having my phone and things like that. Or, like I said, the 1 and 2 o'clock in the mornings, they're staying up. And so it does.
She'll probably tell you need to get an assistant. That's probably what she's thinking. She's probably like, when you going to get an assistant?
No, she's more so like, is there any way you can just shut down at like 10 o'clock and just say no? And it is just difficult to do because, there's always something to do. And especially when I'm very big on customer service because I know that customer service is really one of the most important things when you're looking at, your own business, when you're
So
looking
true.
at branding and things like that, you want to make sure that you can service your people and service them, give them good quality customer service. So that's why when someone asks me a question, I want to be able to
You're doing
answer
it fast. You're answering it fast.
I want to be Johnny on the spot.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the most difficult parts of it. And but also I know that the more time you put into it now, the easier it'll be later.
That's right.
And so
you're
that's
establishing a foundation right now.
That's correct.
And eventually you'll be able to exhale, and other people will be carrying the torch that you.
That's correct.
That you started. That
That's
you
correct. And that time is coming. That time. I don't know if it's going to come this month. I don't think so. But I know
not happening tomorrow.
No, it ain't gonna happen tomorrow. But I know the time is coming.
Okay. What you smoking on tonight, brother?
Well, so I started out with factory smoke. I mean, I normally I love factory smoke because it's a very good stick at a very good price point. And then also right now I got the Viva La Vida Club 500.
Okay. All right.
I mean, love this stick.
So you more of a full body man, or
well,
more medium?
Well, what I've learned in this cigar lifestyle.
Okay.
And I had a long talk with Dr. Oscar, GTO.
Yeah. Okay.
And one of the things that he shared with me about cigar smoking, and if you're gonna smoke, and if you smoke a lot, because I smoke every day, is that there's a way to smoke cigars. And he said for people that live a long time and smoke cigars, there's a way to do it. And he said you should smoke your Connecticut's in the morning, your Corojos or your Habanos in the afternoon, and your full bodies at night. So that's what I do. You know, I smoke
Smart
my
man. Smart man.
I mean, I got the information from a doctor.
A doctor said it, man.
If a doctor said it,
that's it. Yeah, you better listen.
It makes a little sense.
Some people don't like to listen to doctors, but I ain't gonna get into all that right now.
But you know, and so that's what I do. I mean, I smoke my Connecticut's in the morning, and then at night I smoke my more full bodies in the evening. And you know, it works but on top of that, you know, you can see how the profile changes throughout the day. But if you just smoke full body all the time, then a lot of times you can't really appreciate a medium cigar, or you can't appreciate a Rosa Sharon, you know, which is you know, you really can't have a good appreciation for those cigars. So that's the thing that I've started to do a lot, is that I smoke my Connecticut's, or I, you know, have that kind of.
So it's funny you say that. When a lot of times when people ask about what should I smoke, especially new people to the lifestyle, someone likes to tell them about the medium or the full bodied and all that, but they don't ever really talk about time of day. So I love the fact that you mentioned that, because we actually did an entire blog article when we first launched about when to smoke.
Wow.
You know, we say what to smoke, but then the what to smoke for us as StickMen is about when you're going to smoke it.
Okay.
There's a certain type of cigar I like to smoke in the morning.
That's correct.
Afternoons.
That's correct.
And then in the evenings.
That's
correct. It follows the pattern that you just talked about.
That's correct. That's correct.
And we always say puff, sip, chat, repeat. So when we talk about sipping, I never smoke it without a beverage in my hand. So in the morning, I love coffee.
I love coffee.
So and nothing like a nice mild stick with some coffee in the morning.
That's
it's
correct.
Just incredible.
It's incredible. And one of the things that I really like in the morning too is the tobacco. I smoke the tobacco a lot in the morning.
Okay.
And today, the wife and I, we've started to get into a lot of different coffees. I mean, because we're real big coffee drinkers.
Okay.
And we got our hands on this this maple bourbon coffee. And when I tell you that
you have to hook me up with this now. Maple bourbon? It's got the bourbon flavor, I'm assuming. Oh, but that's
when I tell you that was a delicious coffee.
And it's probably great just now. You don't want to put any cream in that, probably just black coffee.
You can do it black, or you can put a little cream. I mean, you can do it, but the
maple
flavor,
bourbon, folks, look for that.
I'm trying to tell you, it's
Fat Ash people. Maple bourbon. He's dropping some knowledge if you're a coffee drinker.
It's an 8 o'clock coffee. 8 o'clock coffee.
Okay.
But you know, we've done a lot of Costa Rica coffee. You know, I'm real big into whole bean coffees too.
Me too.
Yeah.
So we like to grind our own coffee.
Yeah, we like to grind our own. So, so in the morning, I do a lot of different coffees in the morning, and then I sip on that all day.
Okay.
I mean, you know, and then, you know, in the evening, that's when I'll transition over to Stella, or that's when I'll transition over to a bourbon or a scotch, you know, in the evening. But during the day, Man, I'm coffee all day, man.
See, now that's why you lose me. See, I love coffee, but I gotta stop at a certain time because then I'll have me up all night. Now, well, actually, I'm not that bad. Some people I know, they have coffee after like 1 or 2 and it'll affect their sleep. I will, if I'm going hard all day and I drink some coffee late, I will conk right out. Some people can't do that, but it sounds like you're the same way.
Well, man, I can drink coffee at 11 o'clock at night and go to bed at 11:30.
See?
If I wanted to.
Okay.
Even though I'm still going to stay up to 1 or 2 o'clock.
Because you got work to do. You got to respond to all the Phat Ash people.
Exactly.
Yeah, but so are you say you're a bourbon and scotch guy?
Yeah, man.
See, I'm a single malt guy myself, and but I started out focusing strictly on single malts. But this last year and a half or so, I really have become to appreciate a good bourbon. Mm-hmm. And so now I just go back and forth between the two because I love them both. Can't decide. Sometimes same night. but I'm definitely a whiskey guy, period.
Well, I mean, I like to drink it. Mm-hmm. A lot of different things because I like to change it up. So, I do Bullet. I do Macallan. I do Glenlivet.
Man after my own heart.
I do Uncle Nearest. I mean, I just like to do different things to switch it up because at the end of the day, it still comes down to the cigar because I'm trying to figure out what's going to be good with the cigar.
That's true.
So, I might have something that it just doesn't pair real good. So I'll go to something else. Mm-hmm. I've done the Evan Williams Bottle and Bond. Mm-hmm. I do the Old Forester. I mean, I do a lot of
you can't go wrong because I also tell people when they read our blog is you drink what you like.
That's right. That's right.
We talked about the cigars we like, but at the end of the day, smoke what you like as well.
That's right. That's right. I mean, because my wife drinks vodka with cigars. I mean, because that's what she likes.
Okay.
So that is what it is.
I've come to appreciate good gin. Mm-hmm. High quality gin.
And I hear good gin is
gin and soda because the soda doesn't add a ton of taste to it, but it takes the bite off the gin. Mm-hmm. People, you slipping on that, especially during the summertime over some rocks. It's a beautiful drink.
Man, that is beautiful. And that's what you said, that you got to drink what you like, but then also you got to smoke what you like.
That's right. That's right.
Then sometimes I'll do red wine. I'll do port.
See, that's one of the most slept on things, in my opinion, with a good cigar is red wine.
Yes.
Yeah. A good Cabernet, a good Shiraz with some red wine.
Or even a nice Pinot Noir is nice as well. Yes. I mean, there are a lot of different things you can do with some wine and a cigar. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Matter of fact, there have not been enough wine and cigar tastings together. Mm-hmm. We're working on that.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
We'll work on that. I see some opportunities to bring people together over some good wine, good cigars, some good bourbon, some good scotch.
That's correct.
We're coming, y'all. We got some stuff cooking.
Don't worry. We're going to work on that.
We're going to figure some stuff out here. StickMen and the Phat Ash Collection. We're going to figure it out. Hey, so the last thing we like to talk about, and not the last thing tonight because we're going to keep talking, but the chat part. This lifestyle is all about kicking back, and I love speaking to my friends, my family, and we light up a cigar, man, and some people don't understand it, but people in the lifestyle understand it. It's about the cigar, but it's actually not about the cigar.
That's correct.
Because it's about the people you meet, the conversations you have. And I'm a big sports fan, so I usually end up getting into a big argument with some of my friends about sports. A couple of my friends.
Well, we ain't gonna argue tonight.
Yeah, a couple of my friends are Tom Brady haters. I'm talking to you. You know who you are. Tom Brady haters, but I'm a Tampa Bay guy now, so I'm a big Tom Brady fan now because he's with Tampa. But I'm in enemy territory because I'm surrounded by a bunch of Falcons fans here in Atlanta. Who do you like to support?
Well, I've been in Atlanta now for almost 24 years. So, of course, I gravitated to being a Falcons fan just because of that. Mm-hmm. But over the past 2 or 3 years, they suck. if I can put it mildly.
I like that because I'm not a Falcons fan, so I love saying they suck. I'm going to defend them just a little bit. It's something missing because they actually have talent, but the talent doesn't know how to play well together for whatever reason. They don't know how to close things out together.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. But.
A lot of it's coaching. Mm-hmm. Matt Ryan breaks all kind of records or whatever the case. But, and the reason why he probably has a lot of passing yards is because they always playing from behind, and trying to catch up. So he's got to throw the ball. Mm-hmm. I mean, but I'm from Buffalo, New York, so don't be surprised one day if you see me with a Buffalo Bills jersey.
And I respect that because Buffalo's balling right now.
Man, we balling. We are straight balling.
Buffalo's balling. Hey,
Yeah,
maybe
so-
AFC, NFC. Man, who knows? We might be. It'd be nice to talk about the Super Bowl. You know, damn it, I shouldn't have said it because I probably just jinxed us. But you know, who knows what the future holds?
Exactly.
Who
But
knows?
yeah, don't be surprised if you see me with a Buffalo Bills sweatshirt on. One day.
Exactly. And you're a hoops guy too. I know because you referee. So I know you're a hoops guy. You know, now one thing I will say, being based in Atlanta, because, you know, I didn't have a team growing up in Tampa that we could support. Although the Orlando Magic and Miami Heat have kind of become my teams, I adopted the Atlanta Hawks. I do support the Atlanta Hawks.
Okay.
I like what they're doing. I like what Trey's got going on there and everything. I don't know.
Ice Trey.
Ice Trey, that's right. I don't know if we're going to be winning anytime soon, but I like what they're doing.
Well, for me, I've been a Lakers fan since Magic Johnson got there. I've followed Magic, you know, in college and, you know, even tried to emulate my game after him.
Okay, you should have worn Lakers jersey tonight, man. You the champ right now, man.
Hey, man.
You the champ.
I'm going to have to do me a Phat Ash shirt and some Lakers colors.
I know. I wouldn't
That
blame
might
you.
be coming next.
I
Yeah.
want to say, you should.
But yeah, I mean, I've always been a Lakers fan. And when I say diehard Lakers fan, I was one of the Lakers fans that said, you know, we need to trade Shaq when him and Kobe was.
Okay,
was
so
deep.
you was a team Kobe guy.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm a team Lakers fan. I mean, if Kobe would have left LA and went someplace else, I would have hated Kobe.
Okay.
I mean, you know, I'm just
I'm
just a Lakers
you're
fan.
a Laker for life. I get it.
I'm a Laker for life. I mean,
Okay.
I was one of the ones that said that Nick Van Exel needed to leave when he didn't want to give when he didn't want to give Shaq the ball.
That's right.
I
that's
mean,
right.
so and you know, and I've always been one, and many of my friends will tell you that I have predicted every trade that they've got it.
Right, this like in the past, right now.
I predicted that they were going to get Dwight Howard when they got him years back.
Wow.
I predicted that they were going to get Chris Paul, even though
Before like the media started talking about
even
it.
before I predicted LeBron was going to be a Laker. I predicted that the unibrow.
AD.
I predicted that AD was going to be I predicted all these trades years before they happened.
What? Now did you call? Now you got Dennis Schroeder. I mean, he's not like a big superstar, but did you predict that he might? Because that would be even more impressive.
Man, but it's going to be good to have him. I mean, I really think we got a good shot to repeat.
I would be disappointed, and I got an admission to make. I am a little bit of a Lakers fan because I'm a LeBron fan.
Yeah.
So I like LeBron. So this year I was rooting hard for the Lakers in the finals this year.
And anybody would know that knows me.
Mm-hmm.
Up until LeBron became a Laker, I hated LeBron. I mean, I hated LeBron.
He's a good dude, man.
He's a good dude. I mean, but I just cheered against him. I mean, just because, you know, I didn't like the decision, you know, back in the day.
A lot of people didn't.
I didn't.
A lot of people didn't.
But once he became a Laker, I became his biggest fan.
Okay.
I mean, because now you got on the purple and gold.
And he goes hard every night for the team.
Every single night. Every single night. And I mean, you gotta have mad respect for all that he's done. And that's why the conversation of who's the GOAT, you know, it's never gonna die.
It's never gonna die. Because you know what? Jordan people never gonna let it go.
No.
I like to think LeBron people were a little more reasonable, but Jordan people never gonna admit it.
No, and I can't remember who said it. I'll tell you who said it. The guy that played Ghost on Power.
Okay.
The thing that he said was the reason why he said that Jordan was the GOAT is because you got to look at what he did at his size. You know.
Yeah, because LeBron is physically dominant too.
Yeah.
And Jordan wasn't physically dominant.
He wasn't physically
Although
dominant.
he was athletic as hell, but he wasn't physically dominant. Yeah.
So because of the things that he did at his size and how he took over a game and just how mentally, you know, he challenged his other teammates, he said that's one of the reasons why he got to say that he's the GOAT. And
that's hard to argue against.
And that's very tough to argue against.
It is.
But then when you look at how LeBron has won championships with 3 different teams,
You and I have something in common. He brought my Miami Heat a title. He brought your Lakers a title.
That's correct. That's correct.
And in between there, a lot of people, the reason I like to say he's one of the GOATs, if not the GOAT, is because he actually has taken something that I never saw Jordan do, I never saw Kobe do, and never saw some of the greats do.
Look at that, man.
Oh, that's okay. Phat Ash, you dropped the ash, but that's okay. Oh, that's all right. It's because I was about to say you why.
Yeah.
You don't like LeBron, so that's what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened.
One thing he's done that I haven't seen other greats do is drag a team of very average to scrub players to the finals.
That's true. That's true.
So to me, no one does more with less than LeBron. Like you put him on a team that was a lottery team and they all of a sudden go into the finals. That's crazy to me.
That's true. That's true.
Mm.
But the other thing you got to look at with LeBron versus Kobe and Jordan is that Kobe and Jordan stayed with the same team. And they made the organization build around them.
That's true.
And so you got to give a lot of credibility to that.
That's true. Although they both threatened to leave.
That's correct. They did.
They threatened to leave, but they never did.
That's right.
They never did.
But then also when you look at the dominance of LeBron, you look at the first time he left Cleveland, they went from being in the championship to not making the playoffs. Okay. He goes to Miami. They go to being in the championship. When he leaves Miami, they don't make the playoffs.
They're a lottery. Not even just make the playoffs. They're a lottery team.
They're a lottery team. But he goes to Cleveland. They go to the championship.
Yeah. Who was a lottery team the year before?
That's correct.
That's crazy.
He leaves Cleveland. He goes to L.A. They would have made the playoffs if he wouldn't have got hurt.
That's true.
They might have been in the championship. Who knows?
Who knows? Because once you get him in the playoffs, all bets are off.
Right.
Yeah.
But also, you look at Cleveland, they don't even make the playoffs. So you look at the impact that he has on two teams at one time. That's pretty phenomenal.
That's why.
That's pretty phenomenal.
I tell people he's a GOAT. Now y'all can write me and DM me and say all the stuff that all the Jordan fans bring it. I will defend my man LeBron anytime. So Puff Sip Chat, and the one thing I'll tell people, I love talking about sports, man. I can talk about sports all day.
But you can't forget to talk about that Roll Tide now.
Roll Tide. I was kind of like you for a second there.
Can't forget that. Can't forget that.
And y'all looking strong again right now. It's looking like, I don't know if Clemson can beat you this year.
I don't know, but one of our top receivers going down, it's gonna be a struggle. It's gonna make it tough. But I mean, we got a lot of talent, and I feel like we're gonna be there. The thing I don't want to see happen is that I don't want to see Alabama play Clemson in their first playoff series.
That semifinal.
I'd rather see them match up in the championship.
And I think as just fans of football, I want to see that. I don't want to see them in the semis. Because they're probably the two best teams.
Yeah, they are. I mean, Ohio State.
Ohio State's no joke.
Ohio State, I mean, Justin is playing his behind off. I mean, he's playing great ball. So
UGA, you wish you had Justin right now?
Yeah, they sure do, boy. They sure do.
DJ Kells, you wish you had Justin?
I know my man Kells kind of will. And my man Sherwood, he probably doing the same thing too.
Yeah.
But that's that. I would like to see that in a championship game. But you know, who knows what's going to happen? That's one thing about college football. But then also with this, you got COVID.
That's right. All it takes is a positive COVID test for one of the main players, and when it starts, and it changes everything.
That's what I'm saying.
Look how much Clemson has struggled without what's your kid in there?
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence in there.
That's correct. That's correct. But then look at how, you know, you have so many games that were just canceled this past week because of COVID. I mean,
and that's going to be the case because it's getting worse right now.
That's
so
correct.
It's going to be the case probably the next few months.
That's correct. That's correct. And so COVID is kind of like your best player getting injured.
It is.
I mean, it really is. I mean, because it can take a team out. I mean, COVID can just take one person showing up with a COVID test. I mean, it could take you. It could take you out.
Hopefully the players are listening to the coaches and socially distancing when they're not playing football. You know, that's the key.
Yeah, I mean, but
that's hard to tell a young man to stay in his dorm room.
It really is.
Not interact.
And I even look at my son who plays football. He stays in a house with 8 other teammates. And if one person gets COVID or if one person is even traced
They all go on lockdown.
They all have to be quarantined.
Even if they don't have it. Yeah.
Until they figure out if somebody has COVID or not. So, I mean, it's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. So it's no telling how this is going to impact things. I love both college and NFL, but NFL's in the same
That's correct.
boat, right? You never know. One of your key player gets struck down or a few players get COVID, then all of a sudden the Super Bowl chances go out the window.
That's correct. And so it's not like the NBA where everybody's playing in a bubble, everybody's in one place and then they're monitored and things like that. I mean, it's just very different. So it's going to be very interesting how it all pans out.
Oh, well, we're going to be watching some games then. I'm going to have to get together. We're going to maybe go see DJ Kells again. I haven't been out there in a while.
Yeah, we can do that.
I haven't been out there since his 40th birthday party. So time for me to make a leaf life.
Yeah, I was out of town that weekend, but yeah, I know I saw from the videos and the pictures it was off the chain.
Oh, he had a good time, man. We all had a great time. So going back to business for a second, I want to make sure that I give you some time before we break out of here today. And if someone wants to join the Phat Ash Collection, they don't know about the Phat Ash Collection, what's the first thing you're going to tell them to do?
So where they can find me is on IG.
IG?
On IG is at Phat Ash Collection. Mm-hmm. And on IG, currently we have about 7,500 followers on IG.
Okay.
And one of the things that I do on IG is that I like to focus on those people who have a fat ash.
That's right. I see them. Those are the people I'm looking at every day.
I mean, and it's just amazing some of the things that you see. And once again, as you said earlier, a lot of those are women. Mm-hmm.
It's one of the fastest growing demographics, by the way, in the cigar lifestyle.
It really is.
Women are into this now.
They're really into this fat ash thing.
Oh, really?
I mean, they really know how to hold ash.
Really? I can take lessons then.
So it's there on the website, www.phatashcollection.com.
Okay.
That's where you can find all the merch, everything that we have to offer. From a merchandise standpoint, because we specialize in men and women's apparel and accessories and paraphernalia. And then also, just to give you a little inside scoop, which I haven't shared this with you, hopefully by the end of the year, Phat Ash should be coming out with a cigar.
What? The Phat Ash cigar.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay.
Yes, sir. We're trying to get... Well,
tell me about, can you give us any tips on what the cigar is going to be like?
Well, sure.
Any little hints, rather?
Well, the thing I wanted to do, and as we talked about the different times that you smoke cigars and what you smoke during those periods of time, I really want to focus on a full flavored medium, a medium cigar, something that people can smoke in the morning as well as in the afternoon. But also I wanted it to be a cigar that will be geared toward beginners. It will be a good transition cigar for beginners because we know a lot of beginner smokers smoke the flavored or the infused cigars.
That's
because they like the flavor. And
you
they
have
like
to start
the taste.
somewhere.
I mean, you do. And but then also I didn't want it to be anything that was just overpowering, but just something that people can smoke anytime.
Okay.
So looking to do a full flavored medium, trying to have it done by the end of the year. We're still going through different samples and things like that right now. But yeah. So
what country is it going to come from?
Nicaragua,
baby. Okay. All right. Have you actually gone down as part of this whole process or?
COVID.
Yeah, you can't.
COVID.
Normal times you would go down.
COVID. Yeah. I mean, I was scheduled to go a couple times, but it's very difficult to get flights out because of COVID. So, I mean, I really wanted to my goal was to get it done by the end of the year 2020. So that's the reason why.
Yeah, you probably could have done that too.
But I could have. But so that's the reason why I just decided to vet it out and more so get different samples done and kind of determine what was going to be a good fit. Okay.
Well, that's still exciting, man.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
The Phat Ash cigar. Now, is it going to be called the Phat Ash? Do you have a name for it yet?
We're probably just going to call it PA.
PA. Okay.
Yeah, just PA. And then it's gonna look the same as the logo.
Nice. Gotta keep the brand going.
Got to keep the brand going. So it's just going to be the logo without the name.
Okay.
Just so that way it'll be easy for people to identify because it's very consistent with the brand. So we're going to do that. And then also we have our Facebook group, which is Phat Ash. And right now we have about 11,300 members or so. And
everybody in there chopping it up every day, all day,
every single
all night.
And interesting thing is that we're still adding about 50 members a day. We average about 50.
The movement is real, man.
Yeah. I mean,
the movement is real.
It's very exciting. It's very exciting. I mean, you know, and the feedback is good. I mean, I get a lot of feedback about just how they love the group and just the things that are posted in the group, and that it is a true cigar group, and that we try to keep it very cigar related. They love the interaction between all of the members, and you know, again, I gotta give a big heads up to my admin team who kind of helped me to kind of do that. I mean, because it, you know,
people
it is
that help make it happen.
It is. I mean, you know, because, you know, kind of, you know, digress a little bit. You know, one thing I learned about sales and marketing, one of the biggest things is just consistency. And you know, and so that's why we try to do some things that are very consistent throughout the things that we do on a weekly basis, but also with regards to the things that we say, the things that we do, different things that we post. I mean, we just try to keep it very consistent. And that's one of the things that I've tried to do, not only on Facebook, but on Instagram as well. Just try to be very consistent. I mean, you know, because if you posting things 2 or 3 days, then you don't post for 3 or 4 days, people are going to forget about you. They'll forget about you very quickly.
Oh, very quick.
Very quickly.
You have to be consistent.
Exactly.
I've learned that myself, because sometimes I get even busy with StickMen or doing other things outside of StickMen, and I notice it impacts the people that are watching us or commenting on us. And so kudos to you that you've been able to keep it so consistent. That is the key to it.
It is. I mean, that's a lot of work in doing so. But in sales, one of the things that we've learned is that you have a great month, but then once the next month starts, is that, what have you done for me lately?
That's right.
You know, what are you going to do this month?
You're only good as your last deal, right?
You're only good as your last.
I've heard that before.
It is. And so that's the reason why, you know, we do it that way. But then also just steadily trying to keep the brand in front of folks' face. I mean, and we have a lot of people that are supporting the movement, and I'm greatly appreciated to all of those who have supported, and, you know, and I'm just hoping that all have been pleased with their purchase. But more importantly, when people know that they aren't pleased, they let me know.
Okay.
And then when they let me know, I fix it. I mean, it's
that's as simple as that.
It's really that simple. I mean, if I don't know something, I can't fix it.
That's right.
And so
people have given me feedback, and I try to address it right away.
And because you're going to have issues, you're going to have hiccups. I mean, I've had people been sent the wrong shirt, the wrong size, and, you know, the logo wasn't correct, it wasn't printed properly, whatever the case. But I fix it. Okay. And I mean, and that's what I've learned about customer service, being in the sales industry, that those are the things that are really most important. But back to your original question, the Facebook, the Instagram, also I have my Facebook page, which is Phat Ash also. Okay. You know, we probably have about 1,800 people there, because more people just gravitate to the group more so than the page itself. So it's there. Then my personal Facebook page is Sedrick Dunson, and I probably have about 5,000 members there. 5,000. No, I'm not a man. I'm just a man that know the man. That's all. But it's just that, I mean, this has been my life, and I probably contributed a lot to, you know, growing up being the only child. And, you know, when you grow up being the only child, you learn very quickly, either you got to be cool with a lot of people, or you got to know how to fight.
I don't know about you, but I don't like to fight.
I don't like to fight it out. I mean, my couple of fights when I was in school, I mean, they went okay. But that's not necessarily something I want to do. So that's why, you know, I know a lot of people. I try to be cool with a lot of people just because of that. And I think that that's one of the things that just has blended over through my life, is just that, you know, I just try to be cool with a lot of people, you know, and through this lifestyle, I've just met some of the most amazing folks. I mean, you know, some of my best friends now, people in the cigar life that I met in the cigar lifestyle. And I know it's a lot when we get over 40, it's very difficult to find people that we mesh with, because of our own selfishness, or we're kind of set in our ways and things like that. But I can really say that I've met some of my best friends in this cigar lifestyle.
That's a beautiful thing.
It is.
And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
It's all right.
It's about relationships. We are businessmen and women, stick men and women. But at the end of the day, it's about the relationships that we make.
That's correct.
The conversation we have, and the education we actually give each other. I learned so much from you and other people in this lifestyle that the information you guys part on me has been invaluable.
That's correct.
So, check it out. Sedrick Dunson, Reggie Kimball, aka Stickman #1, here in the basement of all basements.
The Phat Ash Lounge.
The Phat Ash Lounge. Hey, check us out on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. It will also be on IG, and it will definitely be on the Phat Ash Facebook group page. Until then, remember to puff, sip, chat, repeat. Stickman #1, I'm out. Peace.